G'day there, I'm Alistair Murray from Ronstand. Last year we did a video called Awesome Aussie 18-footers, and it was all about sailing 18s on Sydney Harbour with the thrills and spills and the crashes and burns. It was sensational. It was so good that people wanted to see another one, and this year we're presenting another video. This one's a bit different. It's all about being on the boats. The crews are mic'd up and they've got the head cams, and it's all about the action, the passion of sailing 18s. It's so real you'll believe you're there. Enjoy it.
At Hayman Island, Michael Walsh on Elabash A has a shocking start and then makes a miraculous recovery, and in the process takes us through the full range of human emotions.
Main on.
Oh, we did that.
Ready, bound?
Wait there.
Tacking,
Okay.
can't do it.
I reckon I wouldn't mind going a bit further.
How's the lay line?
Not much further before this yacht, I reckon.
Come on. Yeah, just relax a bit. Few big deep breaths. Let's just go to a rough lay line, just below if we can. Give me a look. I can't see the mark right now.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. Go on his nose, Ready? Okay, let's go.
Oh, he's ducked away.
Let's go.
Where is the tank?
Come on, let's go, boys.
Keep it high, keep it high.
Need height, boys, need height.
Jib on.
Water! Let's go, come on!
A third of the way through the race, they'd slipped up into second position.
Let's go, come on. Go, Cam, big one.
Yeah.
Need pace, guys, need pace. Come on, Gus.
Drive drop, eh?
Yep, drive drop.
Okay.
Go now, go.
Bottom mark first time, and they were hot on the heels of Old El Paso.
Go, not so hard, mate.
Go, mate, go! Keep it high, Walsh, keep it high.
That's the way I do it, okay.
I reckon we're there. Almost. Want to do it early, before him?
Okay, ready, let's go.
They made the decision to go before Old El Paso.
Keep it high. Okay, bang.
Bang, nobody there.
Bang, somebody.
Come on. Exit. Okay, full power, let's go.
Come back. Try and not go down him if you can, Walsh.
Yeah, okay, yeah, one.
Or do it now, if any time, I suppose.
Yeah, okay, that'll be right.
Better watch him that he doesn't stuff us up when we put it up early, though.
Okay, yeah. I think we should go for it.
Go, Nodge.
Let's go, boys. He's right there. Hang on, just hold us a sec. Okay. Okay, go now. Yeah, go. He's fine.
Go for it, Nodge.
Main on,
Go.
Cam. Main on, mate. Go, overlap. Yes. Overlap. We got him. Come on, we got him. Let's go. We got him.
Go, Nodge. We got him.
Come on, Nudge.
Get it up, Walsh.
A mistake on Old El Paso had let them through. Old El Paso had dropped the spinnaker over the side.
Well done, Nodge.
Great drop, Nudge.
Jib on.
Great drop, mate.
Get him right down, Nodge.
The new challenger was Scott Ramsden on Ampole.
Let's do it. Right. Okay. Let's go.
At the top end of the course for the last time, Elabash A had a narrow lead.
You know what big boat's coming up here?
We'll be on starboard going down.
Well, after we dive.
Yeah, but we'll almost make it in one go.
Okay, all right. Get out of the mark first.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll make it in one. Go down!
Pull it down.
Let down! The cleat, Cam! The cleat, mate!
A major problem. The spinnaker halyard is stuck up the mast.
Flick it! Oh, you're kidding. Don't do it to me again. Watch the kite, Cam. Round the bow, Nodge. But don't fall off. Watch it, Cam. Watch the weight and the kite. Hold on, Nodge. Hold on. Let's just try and set it, can we? Just go.
Let's just sail.
Just pull it. Yeah, come on, just sail. There's a mark there. Main on. Main on, Cam. Come on, mate. Main on. Oh, you're kidding. I don't believe it.
Let's just sail. Get us powered up, Walsh.
Yeah. Jim on, bang on. Oh, no. Those predators. on, breeze, blow. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
What are we doing here?
Going below them, Cam, get in a bit. Well, there's that mark, we can still do it. We can still do it. Let's get pressure up. Pressure up, come on, pressure up. Pressure, come on, pump, Cam. We're going to get a big dive at the end, okay?
Yeah.
Big dive, little gustures here, down the wave. Oh, we're not going to do it.
You can come second.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Just shut up!
Okay, ready? Attack, John.
Jesus, why
Okay, sorry.
If you just
Come on,
calm
up.
down, we might get
Okay,
there.
ready? Driving now.
Victory for Ampol, tragedy for Ella Bachet. Next, we go to Hayman Island to see an absolute tour de force by Chris Nicholson on skilled engineering. He gets a diabolical start. He's pinned right down at the boat end. He's got no breeze. Now just watch him go.
Okay, as soon as we can cross the front of the boat.
Come on, guys, with us, mate.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Low.
Bring it on. Okay, we're right to go?
Yep. Pump in two.
Okay, bit of weight, Gaz.
Pump on us now. Just a light one.
Come on, we've got enough to three-string here, haven't we?
Yep, come on, guys, try it. That's it. Lower a sec here, then a pop after it.
In now, in.
Right in. Okay, come back. Come back slowly. All the way. You're out. There's breeze ahead. Little lull here, right in, guys, and a pump in.
We're looking all right here, guys.
Good
Let's
steady
go.
air in two. Okay, we're into the new stuff now.
Swing it down, Gaz. Arm out.
Really swing it down, that's it.
Bring it on now, Jam. On, mate, on. Heel the boat some, guys. Heel the boat.
I'm strapped for you guys.
Hard puff. Sit it down in this one, Jam.
Yep.
We're not going to hit the lay, guys. I reckon we're still low on it. Looking at Nokia and Kev.
Approaching the top mark first time, and they had already sailed back into the race.
Down a bit, mate. Sit it down. That's it. What's that, Gaz?
They're knocking. Well, come on. Give me some bang off if you're
Spot
going
the
to do that.
puffs. Spot the puffs.
You're going to sail that low, Chris? I need to know about it before you do it. Lull here, then a good puff. Don't just pull away without telling us.
Okay.
Mate, have a look at what's inside you.
Get that puff the brothers on.
I can't, mate.
They going up to nothing here, or they got breeze coming down?
There's breeze coming. No. We need pace. Bit of weight, Jam.
Coming. Yankton is driving into lulls up ahead.
Meanwhile, on board Ella Bachet.
Just relax, buddy.
Hit some height, boys. All the way, 3 strings. Fully strapped.
Just on harder, Daniel. Don't worry about floating it.
I reckon we're low.
Strap it on, bud. That's it, bud. Strap it on.
I reckon we're low.
Yep. You know, it's a beauty down here, guys.
Need all the height we can get,
Yeah,
boys.
I agree.
Good talk on Ella Bachet.
Don't watch behind.
No.
Mate, I'm swinging everything I got.
We may have to jive here, guys.
At the top mark, second time.
Big current on the mark, look at it.
You right? Quick jive.
Jiving.
Jammer.
Skilled cannot make the mark. Watch them go through a terrible process here and note how calm they stay.
Bang off. Come on, let's get the boat moving. Anyone going to ping us?
Skilled engineering had been caught by a tidal movement that had driven them down below the mark and had to undergo several manoeuvres to get around it.
Yeah, we're going to have to tack underneath him.
Make sure you get to the mark.
Right?
Get it forward, get it going forward. We aren't going to make this again.
Okay, foot hard over him.
Roll him, yeah.
Just to let you know.
Okay, quick tack, we right?
Yep.
For the second time Chris Nicholson has to tack. He's been passed by 5 boats and still he remains calm.
Okay, is Kevin a puff there? Okay, we're right to go?
Yep.
One more. Good work, Jan. Jib off. And out the car, Jan. Yeah, it was heated up, Gaz. Heat it up, we'll jibe back in.
You want to hold the main? You right with it?
It's going to get tight, actually. It's tight now. Where's Brownie?
Breeze is back to your right, I think. He's just here through the shrouds at 9 o'clock. I can't see the mark, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, got the mark. I got the main.
No.
Chris Nicholson did not win this race, but he did provide us with an abject lesson as to how you deal with the stress of racing.
Hey, jib on, jib on. Damn it. Go!
That's the voice of Charlie McKee from the American team on board Country Comfort. The venue is Sydney Harbour. It's a grand final and it is blowing like the clappers.
Ready?
Bring it on, Jan. Okay, after the waves. All right?
Yep.
Jib off, jib off.
Chris Nicholson had the opportunity to win the series if he could do well in this race.
Round the back of the wing. Get the tiller, come out here.
We got attack.
You got the tiller.
Yep.
Definitely just follow the leaders.
Back again.
Backwind it, I've got the tiller. Hold it. Right, Jam?
Whoa.
Go. Here, Jam, go. Go. To the shooter. Wait out, Gaz, wait out.
Top mark first time, a near disaster, but it doesn't stop them. They stay calm and off they go again.
Good work, guys. Take your main, Jam. Hang on. Up, very low. Okay, Cano off. Cano off. We settled. Okay, guys. We're ready to jive? Yep. Right, yes.
At this stage, Chris Nicholson is back in third position and has plenty to do to get back in the race.
Tidy up, tack line.
On board Country Comfort, the American team is doing it tough.
You can do it. You can do it. Get my man. All right, we're on the break now. Let's go.
Down, Jam, listen
Yeah,
to me.
down.
Okay.
Pull your things up, pull your things up. Really aggressive stuff on, guys. Okay, Chris, if I say we need you, just jump out, we turn, and then you go back in. It's okay, it's okay. Let's just finish sailing the red.
Stay here. What was that? Don't worry about it. I think it's just the hell knock.
In 25 to 30 knots of breeze, Chris Nicholson is now in second position and working his way back up towards the lead.
Just got to keep it upright, guys. Sit it down, Jam. Come on, mate. Yeah.
At the top mark for the second time, Rob Brown on board Prudential leads comprehensively, but he can't get away. Listen now for Chris Nicholson's comment as he approaches the top mark.
Gonna nail this fairway, guys. Sit it down. Come back with me. Right? Yep.
And that was it for Chris Nicholson in this race. The mast of the skilled engineering broke in the action. Now for some absolutely classic David Witt. Skippering Nokia, he absolutely nails the start and appears to have the race in the palm of his hand. He starts at the pin end
her up, Nodder.
and leads
Come on, get a flat.
comprehensively.
Bit more bang, David. Watch the weight, Matty. It's a bit soft here. Go in. Good work. Enough bang? Yeah, feels like it. Okay. Great start, kid. A bit more head on, Matty. Get her flat. Remember, keep pushing her up, Davey, if it's not flat. Come on, flat, Matty. Come on, flatter, Matty, now. There's good power here. Just smooth it out a bit, Matty. I'm dumping up it a lot here for you. There's good even pressure here. I don't know about you blokes, but I think we're a mile in front here. Just don't say anything, kid. Yeah. You got the dreaded box on your pee. I know. Come on, Davey, talk to him, mate. You want to take it? If you're going to flog, let's take the height, eh? Yep. Let's flog and take some height.
They've rounded the top mark clearly first, set the spinnaker, and off they go. Meantime, back at the top end, Schneider picks up the mark.
And Snyder's had a jib on.
It's a man.
Go down a little.
Boys.
Wait, no. Mark's high, Mark's high. We're not a hell of a long way off it. Good breathing behind you. You better let's go. Coming. Right, Matty.
As you would expect, the chaser is Chris Nicholson on board Skilled Engineering.
On nod. Davey here. You're all right to jibe. Try to jibe. Let's jibe. Jibe drop. Jibe drop. Jibe drop. Yes. Go, Matty. Prepare to jibe, Noddy. Yours. Jibe, Nod. Okay, we're going, Matty. I got it, Nod. Bring the mainsail with you.
Bottom mark first time, and they hold a good lead over Skilled Engineering.
Come on, Matty. And some heads for Matty. Okay, Chris is tacked.
Oh, mate!
Not that way!
On the way!
Got it tack, guys. You right? Let's tack. Get all these boats off the course. Jesus. Come on, keep it up. Forward, guys. Good work, Matty. Come out, Matty. Okay, we got you now. Got Chris through the window. Yeah, I've put gap off gap in there. Just about got you, Matty. Have you now.
Approaching the top mark for the second time, and David Witt has maintained his lead.
You like to call the set, Davey? And it's a windward set, okay? Yeah. Just go early on the tack line, Matty, when I say. And once we come around with the tide, Davey, is where we get our separation, right? Yep. Make sure of it. Go. Go the tack line. Go the tack line. Wait, Matty, wait. On, Nodder. Big up. On. I've got you. Okay, good set. Great set. Straight out, mate. Great. You're joking. Get it down. We still got a big lead. We'll have to try and sail without the chute. Hell. Let's go. Get the chute in before it goes. The tack line mightn't run. You might have to drop it to
All right,
leeward.
Davey, just keep going.
Okay.
Just stay out there.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
David Witt once again leads the race, and the spinnaker pole breaks.
The bloody wire strop snap.
I know.
It's one leaving the beach.
David Witt had to stop for repairs, and it was a pretty sad old story at the end of the day.
You're joking, aren't you? Hey, what Chinaman have we killed? Pull the chute in, Nod. I got the weight.
Chris Nicholson on board Skilled Engineering went on to win the race. A grand final series on Sydney Harbour came down to the last race. Chris Nicholson on Skilled Engineering had to win the race to win the series.
Plenty on us.
Oh, it's f***ing.
Joby, just
Can you tape it, Guts?
No, I'll take it. You help me.
No, I just need to tape it.
Tape it.
It's broken.
Oh, not good, boys. Gotta forward. Guts, just go to the back. Come on, both lean hard.
No, just tape it, tape it.
We're in good shape here.
Will, just that's the best you can do.
Come on, Guts. Just whatever. Don't worry about the tape. Breeze coming through these speedboats ahead here.
Get ready, Gaz. We can tack at the moment. If we can't wait, we should be all right though.
Approaching the top mark for the first time, and Nicholson was third.
Keep forward, keep forward. Okay, we ready? Let's go, straight up.
Main!
Go, keep going, guys, keep going. Pass it out, pass it out.
I got it, go!
You there? Go, Jam, come on.
Then things turned nasty for the Swedes on board Tic Tac.
Okay, do 270, boys. Main on, gear on.
Hey, just sail clear, Walsh.
Main on.
Just sail.
Okay.
An umpire preoccupied with the noise coming off Elabash A had failed to see Tic Tac, and whack, down she went.
Okay, ease away.
Go hard. Come on, Walsh. You
Wait up.
It's all right. There's no wind.
Okay, let's go.
We go for it now?
Okay, go now. Let's go. Go. Yep, got him.
Big one,
Tack
yeah.
line's cleared. Tack line.
Bottom mark first time, Skilled up into second position.
It's all yours. Puff coming down here, Chris.
Yep. Just heat her up on this way.
Settle it down, Gaz.
Wait, Gaz.
Keep going, keep going.
Let's go.
Keep going.
Go, Daniel, go, Daniel.
It's all right, Walshy.
Okay, we're right to go.
More passion from the boys on board Elabash A, and they're still in the series.
All right.
Let's go.
Well done.
Let's go. Cheers, right. Jib on, mate. Jib on, if you can.
Just relax, Walshy. Just look up the course and sail the boat.
Okay, you need some cunno soon here, I would think. Plenty of puff here.
Pressure now.
Come on, swing hard. Got to get through Scotty yet. Put the pressure on. Looks like from the left a little bit more. Still in this tide line here though. Okay, we right to go? That's all right. Just get the main.
Come on, guys.
Come on, we don't need to do that. No, that was scary. Can you count?
So halfway through the race, and Chris Nicholson is well and truly in charge.
Plenty here. Come on, Gaz. Bang off. Bang off.
Now let's have a listen
Head to
to a
lead.
champion crew
Walk it
winning
up,
a
do it
major
properly.
championship.
Lightning off now.
Right, Gaz, let's go.
Take it.
Go, Jan. First, second, third. One more. That's it. Get her out. Good set, guys. Smoking 3-string here. You
Go,
guys
Gaz,
got it,
come
I'm in. Puff on you now.
Come on, Gaz. Lean it out. Puff
Okay,
in two.
pressure here.
Now.
Right to take.
Come on, guys.
Approaching the top mark for the last time, Skilled Engineering was half a lap
Light
ahead.
two. Light now. In. Mark slow. Bang off. That's enough. Out, Gaz, now. Plenty. A little lull, then a puff. Lull now. Lull. Come on. Okay, same as before.
Come back. Come back. Go, Gaz. Go. Go, Jam. Come on. First, second, third. One more. That's it. Take your main. I'm in. Main on. Get the right one.
Can you see Brownie?
No. Now got Brownie.
Okay, he's the only one.
Got John Boyd coming. Chopper puff on ya.
Chopper's moving in front of us here too.
Puff on you now. Okay. Got John Boyd. He's tacking. Shoot on, shoot
Come
on.
on, Gaz, work it.
Okay, we're right to jibe.
Go, Gaz.
Beautiful. One. Come on.
Got it.
Let's go. Watch the chopper puff.
Chopper puff ahead.
Where's our finishing mark?
Don't know.
Bring it on. I think we might have got there.
So,
I think we have. Let's get her off.
I think we've won.
Yeah.
Legendary in the world of 18-foot skiff racing is the passion of Scott Ramsden. On Auckland Harbour, sailing Bank of New Zealand, he provided the full fireworks.
You see him, Grego? Okay, let's have a tack. You right, everyone? Let's have a tack. You right, tack! Jeez, Greg, you don't ever say, don't. Let's go. Oh, I'm there trying to get the lift.
Approaching the top mark for the first time, Bank of New Zealand wasn't going all that well, but a great manoeuvre at this point in time in the race, and they were right in it.
Greg, watch it! Greg! Go! Go, Greg! Go and get this. Come out, Greg, go! Come on, Grego. Ease it, Grego. Yeah.
Scott's passion had driven them straight over the top of Xerox and up into second position and challenging for the lead.
Right, go. Right, no, not all the way. Give us some, that's all right. Go forward. Go, get on, Greg, get on. Come on.
At the wing mark first time, Scott Ramsden had taken Bank of New Zealand up into the lead. It was a fickle day on Auckland Harbour, and Scott Ramsden had it all to do. His traditional rival Phil Barnett on board Xerox was right behind him as they came to the bottom end of the course for the first time. So approaching the bottom end of the course for the first time, Scott Ramsden had in fact maintained his hold on the lead. Greg Homan did a great job dropping the chute, and they were destined to lead the race at that point in time. But one lap later, the fickle conditions had taken their toll and they were back in the pack.
Yeah, come out, Sissy. Oh, mate, we got to have you.
Scott Ramsden was to go on to finish second in the series. Absolutely ferocious conditions on Melbourne's Port Phillip Bay provided the context for a magnificent performance by Prudential skipper Rob Brown.
You're on. Let's go. You're on, we're on. Climb high. Spitting Norvo out. Little bit of weight sled. Stand by attack. Yeah. Room! Need room, Norvo! East sled. Who you sled? East sled. East. Stand by attack. Yep. Attacking.
Within 40 seconds of the fleet arriving at the top mark, there would be one man standing.
Wait up, wait up. He's bang. Keep some height, Brownie. Chris is in. Just keep us afloat, guys. Woody's the only other boat. Norvo's way up high. Got a mark through here. Yep. This is bad. Come on. Okay, I'm going to do a round turn, okay? Yeah. Need weight. Righto. You're on.
tacking now.
Trying to get down to the bottom end of the course for the first time, Rob Brown chooses to tack rather than jibe. Club Marine would have done well to make the same decision.
Oh, we pull away, hang on. Righto. Upside down.
Even the champion Chris Nicholson was having trouble dealing with the conditions.
I don't want to go too far up here. Pick a spot. You right?
Right back, Slim.
Okay, guys, good
Just
work.
cruising.
At the bottom mark for the first time, there was a lot of fresh air between Rob Brown and the rest of the fleet.
Come on.
Bit of hang on for him.
Don't overwind the bank. Yeah.
Go out through the gate.
Okay, the lake's fairly hard to get to on starboard. We don't want to be above the lace.
No.
It's easy, just take back on the
Wait.
forward.
Yep.
Stand by the tack. No, keep going, keep
We'll
going.
lay it. Be afraid to lose some weight though in that
Go
stuff.
through this one, stand by. Okay, tacking now.
At this point, Prudential was the only skiff to have maintained its mast in the sky.
Right guys, let's sail hard. Skill's not that far behind. We're reaching out here. We can sail the windward a bit after we tack.
Yep. Stand by, gear on.
Yeah.
Tacking. Now.
Rob Brown had reached the top end of the course for the second time. Skilled engineering was the only challenger.
Thanks, Len. Plenty coming on here.
Come on.
He's
mate.
heady. Let's do it. Plenty of breeze still coming. Keep weight up. More breeze coming. Backing up.
Hey, Everett!
Don't worry about him. He's just cruising.
Everett! Everett! Hey!
Hey, he's right. He's got the right.
Okay, a bit of a light section here after this wave. Okay, we're right. Sit her down there.
Yeah, she's down. Righto. Good work, Chris. In you go, mate. Don't get involved if you can, Brownie.
Hey?
Don't need to get involved with him.
Approaching the bottom mark for the second time, Prudential just trying to keep their nose clean.
Okay, right,
Inside
Sven?
Up inside him, guys. Let's go. Sheet on, Slen. Sheet on, mate. Sheet on.
Won't be a shoot, Dan.
Okay.
By the time he's got it up, we've got to cross the line to sail.
No worries.
Chris Nicholson declaring no spinnakers today, but already back within range of Prudential.
Keep looking around, Stack.
Yeah, you're all right, mate. Just constant.
Good work, mate.
It's all right, Slen. Don't overdo it, mate.
But it was to be Prudential's day.
I can get on the wire. Just running square here, big wave. Weight back, weight back.
It was the first race of the series, and it gave them the victory they sought.
So,
Good beauty.
hold
Well
on,
done,
mate.
Stacky. Well done, Slam. Good effort, pal.
That's the easy one.
Next, a great encounter on Sydney Harbour between David Witt on Oracle and Phil Barnett on Xerox.
How long?
Can't tack there, Xerox.
15. Okay, jib on. Main on. Let's get a bit of pace. Let's get to weather now. We're going to be lucky to
There's the
make it.
countdown to the start.
On height. Okay, we're off, Whitty. How long, mate? We're off. We're off. Okay, let's go. Good start, guys.
Great work. Certainly was a good start, David Witt.
You're a jerk, Barnett. Couldn't start if his life depended on it. Come on, guys, let's go. I don't need to get advanced to leeward of us.
No.
So even if we sail a little bit lower, Cam.
out.
Okay, good gust coming, Whitty.
This is a great thing about match racing tactics. You've only got to beat one other skiff. Keep thinking, keep talking.
Okay, you call the sheet. On the way. Tack. Right to tack. Tacking.
Now here we've got Xerox in clear air, but Oracle will be able to tack ahead. No, they've elected to tack below him.
Get high, Cub, get high.
It's close, but Oracle's still in control.
Talk to me. Well, you won't get any height. Tell me if you want height or not. Yeah, well, you get either one or the other. You don't get both.
Okay, here it is. Okay, in the gust, I want pace to get a bit of distance on him to attack. Okay, we've now got him. Let's sail fast. Okay, gotcha, Scotty. Gotcha, mate. Gotcha. Okay, bit of sheet on. That's it. Just work us up. We're really hurting him now. This is good. Come on, Julian.
Getting ready to set the spinnaker on Oracle.
Go! Go, Cam. Second, third, you're there, you're there. Get on, Scotty. On, Scotty.
I don't think he's seen the wing mark. That's his problem.
Xerox think that Oracle hasn't seen where they have to go.
There's the wing mark, Whitty. Cam, come on, Cam,
They've
let's
spotted
go,
it
mate.
now.
As soon as you get a chance. Let's get drive straight away. Yeah? Okay. Okay, we'll drive straight away.
Oracle's going to make it.
Watch it. I got it, mate. Okay, in, Cam. In now, mate. Go, Cam. Right, Scotty. Yep. Make it a good one, guys. Let's go.
There's jibe. It'll be too early. Just keep going. Look, they're going up to nowhere. We had to go all the way over here.
Pressure coming down this way.
Yeah, just hang on, just hang on.
Can you see the mark?
On board
Yeah,
Oracle.
I can see it. Don't make it too tight, Whitty. No. Getting close. Let's go, Cam.
Here they go for the jibe.
Right, Scotty. Okay, Cam, straight out. Let's just run low.
Now,
I want a good jibe drop down here. Good gust coming on us, Whitty. You're right for a drive drop down here. Call the drive, Cam. Call the jibe drop, Cameron. Go, Cam. Okay, mainsail. Let's go.
Going for the drop on Xerox now. Crew work crucial here. The young Scott Ramsden, look at that. Great piece of work. Around they go. Xerox has made up heaps of time.
Quick as you can, Cam.
7, 8 seconds in it now. Race wide open.
Scotty, just watch Cub, mate. No, Whitty. Call the breeze, Cam. Good breeze, good steady breeze.
Hey, what about a dummy tack? No. No.
Well, okay, let's just sail as fast now, eh? Okay? Yes, mate. As soon as he goes, we go back.
Wait there, what about laying the gate?
Yeah, keep your eye on the gate too, Scotty.
I reckon we lay the gate now, no matter what, Whitty.
Keep it high, mate. Keep it high. Yeah, a bit flatter, mate. We've laid that. Yeah, I don't want to give him any angle. He can't pass us.
listen to the tactics coming off
Yeah,
Oracle.
let's go.
He's got a good line, Cub. We should just throw everything at him.
Sorry, mate. He's tack, Whitty. Right, attack. Bit further. Tacking now. Let's tack.
Scotty Ramsden tells David Witt that the opposition is tacked and through they go to cover. Beautiful positioning, but Xerox coming at him here.
Must sail fast.
Now they're directly upwind of Xerox on Oracle. Xerox has got no option but to tack.
Right, attack.
See that ship coming down, Cub? We might be able to split him.
He's tacking now, Whitty. Okay, we're on the way.
Tacking, trying to get them to make a mistake.
Tacking.
Looks like that's what he's starting to do. Oh, slow tack on Oracle here. This is close to gap. Look at it now. But they've forced Xerox to tack away. Perfect positioning.
We're almost on a lay. Yeah, that's all right.
He's got to keep clear of our rounding. We're on starboard. Tacking.
Go low. Yeah.
The Xerox crew working out their tactics for the sprint to the finish. Spinnakers will go up now. It's still a close race. Look at that.
You're right, Nod.
Only 5 seconds, 6 seconds in it.
Let's go for that shoot, Nod. Go for the shoot.
Barnett calling for the spinnaker straight away.
Go. First better. Second's better. That's up. Go, Greggy.
Stay in and main on. M for a jibe back, Cub. Cam. Okay. Go, Drive on him. He's going deep now.
Xerox really needed to stay inside Oracle there. Bit down further to leeward of them, but look at this. They're now getting up above them. That takes them out of the position to be able to attack them.
Okay, let's drive. Cam, go. Right, make it a good one, guys. Let's go, Scotty. All the way, not all the way. Go, Cam. Cam, give us it. Pop it, easier. Go, Nod, go, Nod. Okay, well sailed, guys. Well sailed.
And through they go.
Great effort, a fantastic performance from the Oracle team.
Rob Brown on board Prudential had been the dominant force in 18-foot skiff racing for many years. Then along came Chris Nicholson on board Skilled Engineering, and he really took it to him. They came together in a match racing series on Sydney Harbour with the breeze blowing from the southeast between 25 and 30 knots. Brown got the start and Nicholson was left to chase. Halfway up the first beat to windward, heading up towards the top end for the first time, and Chris Nicholson was making headway, but look at those conditions. It was pumping up to 30 knots, and Chris Nicholson was trying to plot a course they could manage.
Yep.
Once again, Nicholson was staying calm. But shortly there were to be a series of incidents that were to put his health in jeopardy.
C1, gone. You need to wait.
That's a broken lower. And without that in place, the mast will come down.
Just try and stop it flapping, guys.
Okay, go. No, a little bit longer. Fresh stuff coming. Skill's got a problem. We don't have to. Just come on, just come out again.
The crew on board Skilled set about setting up a jury rig.
We're going to jive, Frank.
What's that?
We're going to jive. Not yet, though.
Meanwhile, Rob Brown and crew continued to do their fabulous work in the fresh conditions.
Okay. How are you, right? Go!
They had already rounded the top mark and were on their way back down to the bottom end of the course for the first time.
Good breeze on, here we go.
As Brown approached the bottom mark, the crew on board Skilled Engineering were still endeavouring to complete their jury rig, and they weren't too far away. You had to say that rope looked pretty flimsy. Rob Brown and crew round the bottom mark, leading comprehensively, and indeed Skilled in danger of being lapped. Chris Nicholson had now made a decision. He needed to get into shelter so he could complete the jury rig and get back into the race.
Get in the lee of the island and do it. Light speed, 3 streaks. 3 streaks in the barrelway, guys.
The jury rig gave way.
Get Chris down.
Chris Nicholson was in trouble. He disentangled himself, but he was hurt. And so was the Skilled Engineering. Chris Nicholson was hurt, and it had been a very tricky situation for him, but he got out of it. And he hadn't lost his sense of humour. Meanwhile, Rob Brown continued up the course. But he, of course, still had it all to do. The conditions hadn't backed off in the slightest. The skilled engineering was a broken butterfly, if ever I've seen one.
Yeah, I was swimming back trying to get your foot out of the loop.
Typical of Chris Nicholson to see the humour in it all. Here's what they saw from on board.
Get Chris out.
Rushing to Chris Nicholson's assistance, and all Rob Brown had to do was stay afloat for the rest of the race and he would win, and that was exactly what he did.
5, 4, 3, we go.
Chris Nicholson featured again on Sydney Harbour in a great encounter with Old El Paso.
Straight on with that jib when we're ready. 7. Let's go.
The skipper of Old El Paso is Kevin Nixon.
Hard one.
And he got the start.
Sit down, mate, sit down.
Reach over him a bit. That's right, you got it. When he goes, we're going. Gonna get real fresh in a second. Sail it. There's a yacht coming across here as well. Just sail it.
Wait past him, just take him past him.
Yeah. Tease her up a bit. Alright. Square coming over our ear. What's the breeze, Kevin? We're watching their tacking. They're going. Right. Smooth as mine. Down, mate. Kev, usual. Come on. Not how you normally say, usual, mate. Right to go. Let's do it normal. Okay. You want to throw it? You'll lose more doing it that quick. Nice, steady set. Yeah. Okay, just watch the breathing. It could go in. Just tell us what's ahead. What's the lull here?
Puffing 2 again. Now, knock.
Make sure of your lay.
Bring on, mate, bring on. Gazzy's a bit of bang off, mate.
At this stage, an upset was well and truly in the making.
Wide here.
Old El Paso had taken a comprehensive lead over skilled engineering as they approached the top mark for the first time.
3 here. Get it in here quick, guys.
Tight!
Coming in, Mike, guys. Soft. No kite, no kite.
Not what I'm doing.
Chris Nicholson decided not to go for the spinnaker early.
Go back to it.
Old El Paso had set hers straight away. The decision to delay the set on board Skilled Engineering was not the right decision, and they dropped right behind, but it wasn't all over.
Hell. Yeah. Go in, Jam. We'll go below it.
We go now then. Going!
Windward Street's got a knot in it.
Gonna need Frank here.
Yeah, we've got Frank coming.
Call the jibe. Where is the out mark? Okay, we're ready to go?
Chris Nicholson remains calm once again despite what's going on out on the water.
Hard one here in a second. Let's get it off, eh?
Hold on. Yeah, go.
Halfway through the race, Old El Paso led comprehensively.
Okay, on we go. Yeah, going now.
Okay, let's go.
Not up here.
Want to tack on him? That's what we're doing.
Should go back, huh? What do you reckon, that?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, go then.
They make the decision to cover.
Good tack, nice tack. Much better, Kim.
The waves under us here.
The challenge for Chris Nicholson at this stage of the race is to find a passing lane. He's being covered by Old El Paso, and it looks very difficult. It turns out that the fickle westerly on Sydney Harbour had given Nicholson an opportunity, and he'd closed the gap.
Should be nice and close by the time. We'll go over this fresh stuff. Next line up here from the left. Should be right back in there. Yeah. Sit it down, mate.
It's right up ahead.
Gone earlier.
And a huge knock. Let's go.
Be on his face in about 5 or 10 seconds, Kev. Sorry? You'll be tacking in a sec. It's fresh too. It's a hydrofoil coming down here. There he is. I'll call it. Right? No, that's real fresh. That's what we're doing. That's what's calling it.
Okay,
Right, let's go.
The decision to cover.
Come on, boys.
Nicholson breaks away.
That's not the mark. What do you reckon?
It's out of the lay. Full of breeze. Gonna go to it now. Going to it, yes.
Watch it here. Real fresh on the other side of this.
At this stage, Old El Paso made the decision to sail to the ley line and head for the top mark.
Okay, let's do it. It's good tack. Come on.
Ain't going nuts.
Keep the boat flat. Keep the boat flat.
And Nicholson had closed right up on them.
Okay, on again, nuts.
Right, back guys.
Make sure we get up.
But he chose to go beyond their line and tack on top of them.
Go, guys.
Top mark last time. Old El Paso going for the spinnaker.
Stick it!
Run it down. Right.
No, normal set. Go!
Old El Paso has a 22-second lap and looks good to win the race.
First, second, third, one more. That's it. Got it.
Okay, so it's good inside us, isn't it, Doc? Almost round.
Yeah.
Let's go. Go. Sorry, boys.
Despite a pretty ropey jibe at the death,
Absolute snot here in a second. Go.
Old El Paso was able to maintain their lead and have one of the great victories, defeating the champion Chris Nicholson on Sydney Harbour.
We're going to pull away. Come away, Davo. Come away. That's it, go, come on, go.
On Sydney Harbour, the grand final series of the 18-foot skiff Grand Prix came down to a battle between Prudential and Elabache to see who would win. They hadn't counted on a grand performance by David Witt on board Lucasade. He carried all the sound equipment.
Swing hard, Davo, swing hard.
And right out of the blocks, he showed devastating speed.
May not, drive us up.
He was able to sail straight over the top of Elabache, and that was not good news for Elabache. Prudential was down below them doing fine, and David Witt was starting to take control of the race.
Water, it's all right.
Crack her up, Stack. How are we for a lay, Neil?
Halfway up the first beat, Lucasade controlled the race.
Sure, mate. Yeah. Good bit of breeze coming down up here. The Sylvian sail a little bit flatter, Stixie. A bit low, okay. Okay, crank her up and I'll come up a bit now. Just trying to keep us moving through that lighter stuff. Fresh stuff now. Crank now. That's it.
The question to ponder is the point at which one assumes one has got the race won and what impact that has on your performance. At the top mark first time, Lucasade led comprehensively.
Go, Stixie. Go, Stack. Go, son. More. Okay. Let's go, Neil. Swing it, lads.
Lucasade's excellent performance had been really bad news for Elabache. They'd been caught back in the pack, but Prudential was still well and truly in it, and it was coming down to a race in two.
No one's ever won with his head cam on.
That's David Witt speaking. He's making the point that nobody up to this point in time had won a race while carrying the head cam. Meanwhile, on board Xerox.
Yeah. Keep it on, strap it on now. Sheet on. That's it. Yeah, I'll call it. Swing hard, Davo. Come on, mate. We're trying.
Yeah, be safe. Yeah. Whoa, check that out. We're in front. Woo!
The exuberance of David Witt.
Okay, hang on. Okay, come in, Stack. Right, Neil. Let's go, mate. Let's go, lads. Good jibe, Stixie. Good jibe. Woohoo! Starts trying to spot the mark for me, Stixie.
Greg, you just said it. You right, Davo? Go. Go, Roy, go.
Beautiful day sailing on Sydney Harbour. We'll find for this YA, yeah. Yeah, that sun's hard in your eyes, isn't it?
Swing out. We'll get away this next one, Davo. Yeah. Keep it on, Greggy.
Come on, mate, I'm nearly there. Come on. Bit further, Stack. Don't put me in the water, Stack. Come on, Neil Mac. Okay, got to go up, Stack. Get some heads on if you can.
Bottom mark first time, David Witt leads.
I wonder if the judges can come and give us a 360 now, because they wouldn't like us up here.
David Witt feeling good about leading the race, that was for sure.
Just watch the wave, a little bit of a lull. Okay, in. In, Stack. Let's go, Stixie. on, Stack. Stack, you're 6 feet short. It hits round the leeward wing. It's tight round the leeward wing wire. Go get it. Okay, let's go.
At this point, David Witt still led the race comprehensively, but there were just a couple of little things starting to go wrong, and Prudential was on their hammer.
They've got us. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, you ready to go? Okay, let's try and, he jives, let's try and stay inside him, all right? Okay, Neil? You with that? I can't see the mark. Get it off on this one. Get it off now. Get it off now. We're overlapped. We've still got an overlap, Brownie. Still got an overlap, Brownie. Let's jive. What a I think the top's busted, mate.
So after leading comprehensively, David Witt had to suffer broken gear, a change in the wind direction, and suddenly he was battling to hang on to second.
He just carried that breeze from around the island. What?
In the meantime, Rob Brown maintained his lead, and Michael Walsh on board Ella Bachet had made up a tremendous amount of ground. There he is out on the right, and he's starting to chomp at the heels of Lucozade. David Witt tacks to try and cover. We're heading up towards the finish line. Ella Bachet crosses right on his tail, and David Witt's got it all to do to hang on to second position. Rob Brown, meantime, tacks, approaches the finish line. Now only 100 metres away from winning the Grand Prix circuit. Approaching the finish line, Ella Bachet takes over from Double AMI in third position, threatening Lucozade for second position. Prudential, in the right of picture, maintains her lead, headed for the finish line. One final tack, they'll cross and win. That Coleman nearly falls over, nearly a mistake. They get through it okay. And Prudential wins the series. Happy boys. And at the end of the day, in this race, David Witt finished fourth.
That was great, wasn't it? Those guys are really passionate about their sailing. And I want you to know that at Ronstand, we're just as passionate about designing and building the world's best sailboat hardware as those guys are about sailing their boats. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for being with us.